Welcome everybody to Catfish Weekly, presented by Whiskerware Apparel. Along with Doc Lang, I'm Lyle Stokes, and we're going to have a big one tonight. Doc, we got George joining us the show tonight, and we got a bunch of stuff to go over.
Yes, we do.
Welcome, how was your fishing trip down the Tennessee River?
Well, if you count that the main fish that we caught would fit in the palm of your hand, we had a great time.
Well,
all we were catching was little baby blues that would fit right in the palm of your hand.
It could be worse, I guess.
Yeah, I could have gotten skunked. We caught some stripers. We caught some decent fish. I mean, no big pigs. That's what we were looking for.
Right.
But the conditions had really gotten bad prior to us getting down there. They had just shut the floodgates up on Monday when we left to go down there. And so the water was still high. I don't have a clue where those fish were at. I looked all over for them.
Huh.
So,
well, at least you got to go fishing, Doc.
Yeah, and I mean, it was the first time I'd been on the Tennessee River in Kingston where I anchored down because there was the one morning there was 2 mile an hour current on in Kingston. I'd never seen that before. We always drifted on that thing. There was no current. It was like a lake in the past years. So, but wow. I had fun. Daniel had a good time. He caught some stripers, but we had a good time. The weather was awesome. So,
outstanding.
Missed being on the show. Couldn't get a link up down there. That sucked. But
there'll be days like that. Last time we had days like that, you was catching shad.
Yeah. No, skipjack.
Skipjack. That's right.
Yeah, skipjack. Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Doc, we made a post earlier this afternoon about new thing on the show tonight, and this is it. What do you think?
It looks like the Wheel of Fortune thing back there behind you. But it's the wheel rig wrap, isn't it?
It's a rig wrap prize wheel. They sent this to us, and they have spots on it. We had the Survivor unit from Crusher Marine, one of these cool little jobs that everybody should have one on their boat. Whisker Sticks, the light, Tim with the lights has got on board with us. We're going to get a bunch of other people involved here, and then we're going to pick out a name throughout the week, and we're just going to give her a spin, and wherever it lands, that's what they'll win, whether it be a set hooks or whether it be a rig wrap package, or whether it be a Survivor unit from Robert, or just who it is. We don't have all the sponsored things on there, so anybody that wants to get involved with this, get in touch with us. You can send me a message on Facebook, or you can send me an email at catfishweeklytv@gmail.com, and we will hook you up with that. So pretty neat deal. I was so happy that I would have never thought of that. Myself, I just wouldn't have thought of something like that, and Glenn asked me about it, and I said, yeah, that sounds like a neat deal. I'll check into getting one. He said, if you'll let us put rig wraps decal on it and call it the rig wrap wheel, then we will get it and send it to you. It arrived Saturday, I believe it was. And of course, I didn't have a chance to get anything done to it till this afternoon. I got it all put up, and I thought, man, that's just pretty cool. So we was all excited about it, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. We're still going to have to probably use the internet service that we use to pick who we spin the wheel for, but they'll have a chance at all kinds of different things, and they'll change out throughout the year. So I hope everybody has as much fun with that as we are going to have, and we'll enjoy it. It'll be a good time, and we can even take that when we go to see George down in Memphis or wherever, Brunswick or Monster Under Ohio. If we want to do that, we can take it. It doesn't weigh very much. We can take it down there and let people win stuff wherever we're at. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'll work out good.
Sure. Heck yeah. George, how's it going, buddy?
Oh, going good, Lyle.
You the last time we was going to have you on the show, you got tied up, and we we got the girls on here. They done an outstanding job, but I'm quite sure that there's a bunch of other stuff that that they didn't know about or didn't talk about. And I know that you know all about Mississippi River monsters.
Well, they told me they were so nervous that they just couldn't remember anything.
Well, they didn't act nervous.
No, they didn't really.
They barely remembered we were having a tournament.
I find that hard to believe. As much stuff as them two do.
They do a lot.
You know, people just don't understand, or when you do a big tournament of any kind, there's just a lot of work involved. A lot of people behind the scenes that gets very little, if any, recognition, and they don't understand the cost of it and how much time and effort and energy is put forward to it. But the end result is, when it's done and done correctly, it makes it all worthwhile.
Yep.
And we put a lot of time and effort into that event, and there's no way I could do it without those girls. Leslie, she puts 30, 40 hours a week.
I'm sure.
Just into that tournament.
You know, before we get involved with that, there was a post a good friend of mine, Russ DeVore, made the other day online about, used to be that you go to a tournament, you pay your entry fee, and you draw the P out, and that was your starting position. And didn't understand why there wasn't that. Doesn't happen anymore. Well, it's very simple reasoning of why that doesn't happen. You can do that if you're having 15, 20 boats in a fruit jar tournament, or if you're having a club tournament that's going on every month or something like that. But when you have a large tournament, you cannot do it any longer. You have sponsors that want to know how many boats are going to be there, and if you don't have the right number to give them, they're not going to be a sponsor. If you want to get motel rooms, they want to know how many rooms you're going to have. If you don't have the right number, they're going to send you someplace else or not give you a reduced rate. The same way with eating establishments or anybody else that's involved with that. That's why you don't see that anymore. If you have a tournament and say you're going to have 100 boats, and a motel is going to give you $30 off a room if you have so many boats, well, you have to get those entries in. Going to be able to fulfill that obligation. Or if a sponsor says, well, we would like to be involved with you in a big way, but you got to have 125 boats. If you can't produce that number, you're not going to get much from it. You've got the numbers and BS walks. It's just that simple.
Numbers are everything for a big event when you're counting, on getting sponsors and the discounted rates on the motels. You got to know this stuff in advance. And the quicker we can get the numbers up on the entries, the quicker the sponsors will come on board and to donate to the tournaments. If you wait till the last minute and don't know the numbers, then they don't know, what they're representing. So early boat entries in a tournament, I've been asked a lot of times, entry so early. And it's all got to do with numbers and sponsors.
That's right.
The numbers are everything.
They really are. And we talk a lot about numbers and getting boats and all the stuff that takes to these tournaments. But guys that don't know or never have run a big tournament, they have no idea how much work, how much time, and how much money it takes to put one of these on. Now, like I say, if you're just having a club tournament and everybody's helping you out, you're just pitching in to have it, or if you have a single event and like some of the guys that think they're a big deal and only have 15, 20 boats, that's not the same. Kick out 100 to 200 boats. That's a lot of work, a lot of time, and a lot of energy. And like I say, it takes a ton of money. And if people not involved with it, they just don't know how much is involved with doing that. So it's a big deal.
Yeah, it really blowed my mind when I started this thing. I never dreamed how much time it would take. And, the cost is astronomical to set up an event now. A weigh-in site next to the river with a little tent booth or something like that. Have a set of scales set up on the back of a pickup truck. that relatively cheap, but to set up like we set up, I mean, that stuff costs money. I mean, it really does. It's and to get all the people to come in to help, they don't just come help for free.
Well, just an example, George.
You get promises from people to help for free, but they don't normally show up.
Yeah, that's right. Now, just for an example, George, do you have an idea offhand what a new set of scales cost that is legal for trade, which if they're not legal for trade, they're not legal to be a weigh-in scale because money's exchanging hands. So right offhand, do you have an idea what a new set of scales run these days?
Last year I talked to a scale company, and I didn't end up buying it because we hired, Jody Harris with Fish Life to come in, and he brought his own scales, but they were going to give me a deal on a set of scales at a discounted rate, to be part of a sponsorship. And I believe those scales were around $800.
Yeah.
And that wasn't their best.
Right.
That was just, what I thought I could afford for the tournament, but we didn't do that.
Well, just a ballpark, and I've been looking into them, anywhere from $800 to $2,500 for a set of legal for trade scales. Now, like I say, if they are not legal for trade, where you can have them checked and certified every year by your Agriculture Department of Weights and Measures, then if you ever get checked weighing a fish in a tournament where money's exchanging hands, there's a good chance that you're in a bunch of trouble because it's against the law to do that. And a lot of people don't know that either, but it's the way it is.
Right. Well, there's a lot of legality to holding an event of this size. Insurance, making sure everything's on the up and up. When we have a personal lawyer hired for the event, more goes into it when you start getting that scale of an event than just guys throwing together.
The charges is for a polygraph guy is pretty testy.
I think last year we paid, I think it was about $600 for him to come plus his expenses.
Right. That sounds
it
right.
all adds up. It all adds up, and we couldn't do it without our sponsors. We have some great sponsors.
And people just don't realize. Doc, we got some really good sponsors. We're gonna have a lot of them on our wheel, but there's none better than this little product right here.
Yeah.
This survivor unit is one of the neatest things that you can put on the back of your boat to save fish. If anybody that hasn't heard about them, you need to check out Crusher Marine and get your survivor on the back of your boat. If you're traveling in the water with fish, this will save fish's lives. It's just that simple.
The water exchange is a big thing on it.
Absolutely.
It's bringing the fresh water in, and you're just pumping it right back out. You're pumping the old stuff out. So.
Yep. Great product.
And it works. And it works if you're running. It works with either the pump being on or the pump being off. It still pushes that water in.
Yep. Really cool deal. Really cool deal. You got anything you specifically want to talk to George about tonight, Doc?
What kind of rigs you got coming out, George?
Well, we've got I've got a George Young's signature catfish gear that B&M produced for me earlier this year. We've been working on those products for over a year now.
I got that stuff right here.
Yep, Lyle's got some right there. We've got 3 different 3-way swivels. We got some sinker slides, some chain swivels. We got some hooks. I think we got 9 total products.
These
available in Bass Pro, and I think Bass & More is carrying them. We should have them in Cabela's and Academy and Walmart within the next 6 months.
Made out of stainless steel, coated stainless steel, quality, good stuff.
I'm real proud of that stuff. All those 3-way swivel rigs I used to make by hand.
But you're glad
my
not
personal.
to do that.
I'm glad I don't have to do that no more.
No more sore fingers, huh?
No more. Yeah.
Well, you know, not to interrupt you, Doc, but these the Pro slides, the Pro Series sinker slides are made on that coated stainless wire, and they're not going to burn through that like braid does. If you guys can see them right there, the sinker slides are smaller than some of them, but they're on a coated wire. That braid's not going to eat through them, and your sinker go flying off into the wild blue. Like on some of the older sinker slides, they're made out of the good material. Great big old, put eyes on them. You can see how big them are, where you can get any size sinker on them bad boys you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
George, I'm anxious to give it a try. Yep, pretty anxious to give it a try. You have anything else that's coming out new?
We have some quick snap swivels that we're working on. Maybe going to come out with a braided line.
Cool.
We're working on a new bumping rod that'll be a custom signature rod. It'll be a more upper end rod. Pay the more money, you know, for the custom built rod. Hopefully we'll have that later this year, early next year. We got a lot of good new product coming out. Be out in 2018.
Good deal. Rob Gregg posted, he goes, I left a lot of hardware in Memphis last year bumping.
That's why I had the tournament down there, so they would have to buy more three-way swivels.
Yeah, I think we left our fair share.
I think so, and an anchor.
I always said if you can,
and almost a pole.
Drain that river right there, you could stop Bass Pro Pyramid.
Yeah, oh, I bet so. Yep, I bet that's right. George, we talked about a whole bunch of stuff before the show started.
Yeah.
What all was you wanting to go over tonight?
And talk about the tournament some. 92 boats in the tournament. I think that's a pretty big number, you know, just being May. The tournament's capped at 200 boats this year. I'm hoping that we make that 200. Even if we don't, it's still going to be a big event. You know, if we don't make the 200, we got.
How many did you have last year? How much?
4.
Okay.
That was a big number for a first year out of the box. That was a great number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been happy with 75 boats. 75, and I thought, well, I'll be happy with 100. Well, it just kept growing, and I mean, it went way into the first year.
That first week you started taking entry, George, the 75 thing was out the first day or two.
Yeah, it didn't take long to hit that 75. it blew my mind. It really did.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all. I got to give all the credit to the sponsors. Without them, I couldn't, you know, put together the packages that I put together to offer to the anglers. To Leslie and everybody that helped put that thing together. I mean, it's a group team effort to make that first year that, you know, successful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about your first place prize that we've discussed here. You and I and Doc have talked about a little bit. To me, this is a major deal.
Right. Well, right now, first place is $10,000. I've told a few people this. I hadn't let the cat out of the bag too much, but I will go ahead and announce it tonight. I'm going to move up $1,000 rigged out boat.
You broke up a little bit, George. Try to move up a little closer to your microphone. You broke up on us.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
All right. Right now, first place is $10,000 cash. I'm fortunate enough to be able to move that first place prize up to a $30,000 fully rigged boat. It's a tractor, 2072 center console with a 90 horse on it and trailer. And we're going to fully rig that boat with rod holders, trolling motors, depth finders, and we're going to have it piled full of fishing gear. From rods to hooks to lines. When you get, we're even going to throw a cooler of bait in there. So when you get that boat, if you win that boat, you can hook onto it and go catfishing.
Now, and the value of all,
we have
30 grand.
The boat is a $25,000 boat, and we're going to put about $5,000 worth of accessories in that boat. Here, we're not counting the gear that's going to be in that boat with rods and reels and lines and hooks and sinkers, and we're going to have you a big tackle box in there full of stuff. But awesome. if the first place winner doesn't want that boat, because we've already advertised 10 grand for first place, we'll be happy to give them the 10 grand, and we'll take the catfish boat fishing.
Well, I was getting ready to say, if they don't want the boat, you're going to give that to Doc and I, right?
Yeah, we'll give it away on Catfish Weekly. Well, I think everybody would take the boat, but if they don't want the boat, we're still going to offer them the cash if that's what they want. I don't know what
deal.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm pretty excited about it. Just gives it's just more money for the first place winner. Two guys win a $30,000 rig. I'm sure they could sell it for 20 before they got off the parking lot, and that'd be 10 grand a piece. That's just a way bigger prize than what we're offering now.
It's double.
Yeah, it's double. I mean, or they could hold out and try to get the full value, but usually somebody will give them a discounted price before they get out of the parking lot if they want it. But we're pretty excited about to be able to do that. However, it may even grow more. We're still early in the tournament, so get on up there 150, 160, 170, then everything's just going to go up and get bigger.
That's right.
Right now, the cash value of first through 20th place without the boat is $33,500. So adding this boat, you could say you could add 20,000 to that, so we would be up to $53,500.
Pretty nice. Pretty nice. That's a great first prize. I mean, that's outstanding as far as I'm concerned.
I'm pretty excited about that. We didn't know if we would be able to do it this year, but everything worked out, and
yep, that's just an outstanding deal. And then you still got, how many places are you going to pay after that, George?
We're going to pay up to 20 places, and that's based on 134 boat entry. 10 boats over 134, we will add a place. Yeah, close to 30 places being paid back if we hit the 200 mark.
Wow. That you guys are really good.
We have the no weight drawing this year. If you don't weigh a fish in, then your name automatically goes into a hat to be drawn, and that for $3,000 in cash and prizes.
Gee whiz.
Holy crap, and you don't even have to catch a fish.
Yeah, not even catching a fish.
Yes. We have the all ladies team prize, and this is a team fish the tournament or 3 ladies fish the tournament. They don't have to win anything. They just have to have the most weight, all other lady teams. That's worth $500. We have a bonus ladies big fish. So we'll have the big fish pot, which is, I think it's valued around $3,300 for big fish. If it's a lady that wins that, we throw in an additional $1,000 for the lady.
Nice.
So really trying to build up to get the ladies dinner and into the tournament.
That's how.
And as always, we still got the first 110 to enter the tournament go into the drawing for the free fishing trip with Bill Dance.
Now,
and that's about a $6,000 value if you ask Bill.
I'm sure it, and probably worth every penny.
So we're up to $92. So we got 18 spots left for that drawing.
So you guys that are not entered, if you're on the fence and you want to take a chance at winning a trip with Bill Dance, you better make it quick because those 18 spots will fill up quick. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's better odds than you're going to get on any lottery ticket. And if you win a trip with Bill Dance and you don't want it, please call me and let me know. I will be happy to work something out with you so I could go fishing with Bill Dance.
We're very fortunate for Bill to give us that. He doesn't offer that to very many people. Bill, he doesn't do a free trip like that maybe once every few years, and he's gave us that 2 years in a row. So we're very fortunate to have Bill
I think
doing that for us.
He's the man in fishing. That's all there is to it, and I can't imagine anybody not wanting to go on a trip with Bill. It'd just be outstanding.
Oh,
I know Vicky had a blast
never
with him last year. Oh yeah,
never forget a fishing trip with Bill.
I know Vicky Mathena had a really good time with you guys last year.
Yeah, that was a great trip. I think that made her fishing career. I think that made it.
I think so too. She had told me, and you and I talked about it, that that was kind of a dream of hers, and it just happened to work out. I'm glad that it did because she's a special lady, and of course Bill's a special guy. So I was really hoping she didn't put him in timeout, but it could have happened,
Oh yeah, I guarantee you. Well, the biggest, most exciting thing about this tournament to me this year will be filmed and aired on national TV.
Yes, sir.
That's taken catfishing to the next level. We've had several anglers do catfishing shows. Not that I know of, we've ever had a tournament event ever air on national TV that I'm aware of. So I think that will just do amazing things. I mean, there's going to be so many people see what we have to offer in catfish, and I think that'll open the doors to a lot of new companies coming in. When they see the crowd, the number of people, and the sheer bigness of those fish, I think that'll excite a lot of people.
It will, Doc. I can't think of a catfish tournament that's ever been on a national TV show. Do you?
Yep, I got to lose weight.
I'm going to be sure to have them film you, Doc. Opportunity for the sponsors, they'll the film crews will be out on the river filming, people actually fishing that day. They will film the weigh-ins. Having the boats come through those weigh-ins, how the guys display their sponsors, stickers and stuff all over their boat. It's a great service to the sponsors of the event, be seen nationally like that to millions of viewers.
Right. And George, there's some big, nice, quality boats that's in our industry that never see national TV. People don't realize how good a quality products that catfishermen are involved with, and they'll get to be aware of that once this hits. And them guys are outstanding for coming down and doing this. I know that it's a lot of work to put a production on like that.
Oh yeah, they're gonna go all out on it too. I mean, they're gonna have cameras in the air, cameras at all angles, cameras in the boats. It's gonna be. They're gonna film the boat launch. They're gonna film they're gonna film everything. They're gonna be interviewing fishermen. I say everybody needs to have their boats shined up and pretty.
It'd be a good idea. And they're going to do a sit down with the show with Doc and I too. Probably not all at once like they did at the Catfish Conference. We might get 2 or 3 of them in there at a time at different times. But them some good guys. They
absolutely they are just they're as good a people as I talk to admit.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
You won't find any better people than they are.
No. And I got some stuff that we're gonna work with them here in a month or 2, and we can't let the cat out of the bag on that, but it's going to be quite a lot of fun for me. So I'm anxious to see that and get that all done, and we're just going to have a good time. What is the date again on this, George?
For the 16th, which is on Saturday, which it's 15th and 16th. The captain's meeting will be on the 15th, on Saturday the 16th. And they will probably even do some filming in that captain's meeting. So everybody dress nice and look good.
Is that going to be in the same spot upstairs as it was last year?
Actually moved the captain's meeting over into West Memphis at the Civic Center. It's going to be a bigger, more roomier. We were pretty crowded in that Ducks Unlimited room.
Yes.
It was pretty hot in there, and so we've got a lot better facility to have that captain's meeting in this year.
It was pretty warm in there last year and tight quarters, so that'll be good. I know I've already talked to Angela Herndon at the motel. She's excited about it.
Yeah, she's that's another one that we just couldn't do it without her. I mean, I've been all over this country to catfish tournaments, and I've never stayed at a motel anywhere that they took any better care of you or tried their best to take care of you.
Oh, I agree.
If you didn't get exactly what you wanted, it wasn't because they weren't trying very hard. And you got to remember that was their first ever fishing event. They've never dealt with boats before like that.
Yeah.
And so I think that'll just get better and better. Doc,
they treated us so good down there, from everywhere from Angela in the front room and all the girls that help her to the restaurant to the lady that fixed our breakfast and stuff in there. I couldn't have had. I've never been anywhere at a fishing tournament that got treated any better than Angela and her group of people did.
Yeah, they were outstanding.
Another one of our sponsors, Southland Greyhound Park. That's a dogging, a dog track where they race greyhounds, and it's a casino also, and it's right across the interstate there from the Clarion. And they're one of our sponsors this year, and they're going to give every contestant every person in the tournament that's entered the tournament, they're going to give them a $10 free play. So if you're into gambling or you like, casino things, then you'll have $10 of free play that you can go over and do, spend at the track.
Oh, that's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. I never been.
You never know.
I've never been to the dog races, but I've been to the horse races, and it can't be a whole lot different except the guy can't fall off the horse.
Right. Well, they race the dogs, and also it's a big casino. It's all in one.
Well, I like it.
And it's just right across the road from the Clarion.
I like casinos. I do too, but that don't mean I don't like them. That don't mean I don't like them. They're just a lot of fun, a good place. If you got any extra money, it's a good place to leave it.
Yeah, you can. I'm good at leaving it there.
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. You got all your MCs, everybody, the stage and everything's all set. We're all ready to go with all that.
Right. We'll have Jody Harrison from Fish Life. He will be coming again to set up the stage. He will be the Waymaster on the stage. We will have, I think of her name now, the lady from Florida, Misty Wales. She will be our MC on the microphone up there this year, which I will try to be up there some with her also this year. But we have all that lined out. We have the Tennessee Wildlife Commission will be there again. They will be helping take care of the fish, getting them back to the river. Aquatic people there at Bass Pro, they will be out with their oxygen tanks and need oxygen on their fish. We'll do everything in our power to make sure those fish get back to the river alive and healthy. That played a big role in the tournament last year. All those guys just done a fantastic job.
Yes, they did. They worked really hard at that, and they done a really good job. And I never seen anybody busted any harder than they did trying to keep them fish supplied with oxygen so we didn't lose any.
Yeah. Those guys handled a lot of fish too. There was a lot of fish brought in.
You betcha. A lot of big fish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, that's outstanding. So I'm very glad to know that they'll be doing that, and they're going to be measuring fish and checking all the stuff just like every time, and making sure it's all done and everything's ready to go. Still going to use 3 boat ramps.
Yes. Well, actually 2. We end up not using that 3rd one last year. We used the one inside Mud Island there, and we end up not using the one at the marina. We'll just use the main one in Mud Island, and then the north ramp, Mud Island. We'll use those 2 ramps. We'll probably put 50 boats off that north ramp, and then everybody else will be off that bottom ramp in Mud Island. To get a slip in the marina, then you're still welcome to have your boat in the water in the marina. I think like you guys did that, didn't you, Lyle?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yes, you can have it in there where you don't have to go through the launch.
For a couple old men, that was a lifesaver.
That's right. Doc made a call on that early on. It was the best call it made the whole week we was down there.
That comes in handy, having that boat in the water already.
Yeah.
Well, it does, and we're not kids anymore. It saved a lot of packing, and they got roll around carts you can move stuff in and out, roll around. You don't have to walk up and down them steep old ramps, and pretty cool deal. Yep, worked out well for us.
Yeah.
Worked out really well. So
we'll have, that whole week. There's a lot of people coming. I know of at least 20 teams already that have had booked to be there from the weekend before all through, that week into the tournament. And, that comes in really handy to keep that boat down there in that marina where you don't have to pull it that many days back and forth to the motel.
That's right.
And also during that week that we'll have several media guys on the river. So if he's interested in, getting with a media guy, maybe writing a story, maybe taking them, out on the boat fishing with them, publicity for their sponsors that way, and get their name in a magazine.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm glad to see it. I'm pretty sure that Ron Presley will be there.
Ron will be there. We're working on getting Keith Sutton.
Good guy.
There. We're working on getting, and I think the guys from, I believe some of their writers will be there. We'll have several.
going to be a big time, big time. You're on the Mississippi River in Memphis, Tennessee at the Bass Pro Pyramid, one of the nicest places that you'll ever go in. And we'll be doing a live show down there, so it'll be a lot of fun. We'll get everybody in there that wants to be involved with that.
And also, Lyle, this year there's just so much to talk about. I can't remember everything. We're going to have, the Angler Roundup. We've added, the Catfish Angler Roundup, which is more like an expo. I think right now we have 30 vendors that will be set up in the parking lot. It'll be a venue kind of like the Catfish Conference. Sponsors will be set up selling product. So you don't have to just come to the tournament to fish the tournament. I mean, you can come down for the weekend to visit, your favorite vendor to buy product. That side of the event too, the expo event. So
Okay.
We're hoping to draw a big crowd for that.
Now, this is going to be in the parking lot out there where it was at last year. You're going to have guys like, there was a lot of vendors out there last year.
It'll be even bigger this year. We're up to 54 sponsors, and we're going to have that even bigger set up out there. We're going to have games and stuff set up for the kids. We're going to have Ducks Unlimited out there with games for the kids. We got 2 food vendors that'll be in there. But they wouldn't let us do that, so I could draw a big crowd with it.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
But,
yeah.
It's going to be a big time, even if you're not fishing the tournament. I mean, you can just come and sit with everyone, shop, buy you some product. Everything will be there where you can look at it. That's what I like about a setup like that. I can actually go look at product, put my hands on the product.
Yep, feel it, touch it.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of difference, and a lot of guys buy stuff without ever seeing it or touching it. But if you can put your hand on it and feel it and touch it, and most guys can tell right away if they like it or don't like it or whatever, and that'll be a great time, and hopefully it'll be not just terribly hot. I know it's going to be in September and it's going to be hot, but if we can keep it. Last year, I got to tell you, it was pretty warm out there throughout the day, but there was a pretty good breeze, and by the time the evening rolled around, it wasn't that bad. We had a really good time.
Well, those vendors will be set up in that expo. They will be set up on Friday and Saturday. So if you're needing something, a lot of the tournament anglers will be out fishing on, pre-fishing on that Friday. But if you want to come in and just hang out in the store or hang out with, go through the expo, you can do that all day Friday and all day Saturday.
Neat. That'd be a cool deal. Peter Melhorn just joined our chat, and Dieter's a hoot, man. Welcome, Dieter. We've been missing you. Didn't know where you's at. I ain't seen no fishing shows all week. Kind of bumming about that. Yeah, I'm excited. We had such a good time down there last year, and we lost an anchor. Doc tried to throw a new fishing rod down in the water, and
yeah.
Cindy and Lynn and Doc and I spent a couple of days in the boat, pre-fishing, and having Lynn in the boat was such a good time, and hopefully we'll get all that together again and do some more of that. It was just a blast, and there's a lot of fish in that area for people that wonder about it, and the water normally isn't that high like it was last year, is it, George? That time of the year?
No, that's not typical for September. There was a lot of fish caught in that tournament. I can't remember the numbers now, but it was up in the thousands of weight.
Right.
It was, but I expected a lot more. A typical September on the Mississippi River at Memphis, I would have bet anything it would have took 180 to 200 pounds to win that tournament. It would have took 140 to 50 to get in the top 10.
Right.
That's fishing. It don't always go the way you want it to go, but typically that's what it'll take. So if you come back to fish that 50 pounds, don't think you got it won, because Normally, it would take a bigger weight than that to win that tournament.
Well,
Normally in September, we're around a 0 river to a minus river. As low as -9.
now, George, how many of the big guys that was there last year have you got signed up for this year? I didn't get that.
We got them all.
Got them all. All the big guys.
Yeah. I think my computer's trying to download something while you keep losing me.
Oh, okay. Well, that happens. That's part of having computers. They all got a mind of their own.
Right.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time.
The last time George was going to be on the show, he had a young man go over and help him out and get everything lined up to where all he'd have to do is click on the link like we do, Doc, and then he went to do it tonight. It didn't work. But he figured it out.
I can run a tournament better than I can run that computer.
Well, yeah, no kidding. Computers are a downfall. Like I said last week or two, I got an 11-year-old grandson to do more on a computer than I even begin to do.
Right.
But it is what it is.
Phone than I can on a computer.
No. They're a necessary evil in the way things have went in the last several years. We'll never be able to live without them again. And you was telling me earlier, you get along really good with your phone, and I can't deal with phones, and I can get along better with a computer than I can a phone. I don't get along with a computer very well.
Yeah. Well, I'm way better on the phone than the computer. I use that thing every day at work, and I do 90% of my business, the tournament business, on the phone. So,
yep,
the phone, but when it comes to this, kind of lost.
Yeah, I'm about the opposite. But that's just technology, and it's going to keep growing. Just like new fishing equipment coming out all the time. Of course, we don't get as much of it in the catfish industry as the bass and crappie guys do, because they can invent a new plug every hour, seems like, and we don't have that option. But still, we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff and have a lot of good times, and we are gaining on people for sponsorships, and it is getting bigger and better. And that's for years everybody said, when's it going to get to that point? Well, it's getting there. It's just you just don't get there overnight.
Right. Yeah. I think we're getting there, though. I mean, you look out there and you see some of these companies that's getting involved in the catfish tournament. We're getting there.
Yep. Yes, we are, and we're going to do fine. Everything's going to work out, and it's all going to be fun and dandy, and everybody's going to be friends until the shotguns start, and then everybody's fishing.
Yep.
That kind of ends it all. Well, I'm excited, George, about the boat deal for first place. I think that's an outstanding venue. Who wouldn't want to win a $30,000 boat fully rigged with all the gear and everything in it, depth finders, and all you got to do is license it and take it to the water and go catch fish. I just think that's the greatest thing in the world. I'm very happy to see you get a prize like that available to all of us, and hopefully we can do some good and get a shot at it. A lot of these guys would, if they would rather have the money, they can have the $10,000 and take that, and the boat will still be there. But I just can't imagine that happening.
Yeah, I mean, if they want the 10 grand, we'll give them the 10 grand. It'll be their choice.
Yep, that's kind of a no-brainer to me. So I can't imagine anybody doing that, but you never know. So when's the cutoff on the tournament entries?
I think you can enter right up to the captain's meeting. Leslie has all that information. She does have some stuff that I don't have, but I think she has that set to you can enter right up to the captain's meeting.
So when you get to the captain's meeting, you better have paid your entry.
Right. You can, I think there'll be a registration line there. Captain meeting, I think it's, be like at 6 o'clock. The cutoff will be like at 5 o'clock. I think she has an hour.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a good deal. And personally, I'd be surprised if it gets that close before you'll reach your cap. I think you'll reach your cap before the captain's meeting. Don't you, Doc?
Yeah, with a $30,000 boat on the line, yeah, I look for it to before September.
Yeah, I do too. I'd be surprised if it gets even reasonably close. But stranger things have happened. But when somebody's talking about that kind of money,
entries this past week. I mean, they just come in all the time. I actually had an entry come in today. Steadily growing.
right? Yeah. Catfish Clothing, and we're not going to spin the wheel tonight. We got to get all of our sponsor stuff on the wheel. I'm glad you like it though. It'll be a new deal, and we're going to get it all set up and get to all the sponsors and stuff put on each spot, and then we'll probably start that next week if everything goes right. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's just we can't wait to get there. We had such a good time down there last year, and that was the first time I'd been to the pyramid, and what a facility that is.
Yeah, that was something.
We done them 2 shows down there, Doc. I never did get to go up the elevator to the top and look out of that.
Lynn and I went up. It was cool. It was really cool.
So
We need to do, Lyles. We need to just set the show up upstairs.
Hey, whatever we need to do. Whatever we
on that glass platform out there.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I didn't used to be afraid of heights, but that's a long way up there, man. That's a long way up.
I wish you could have seen Crash from the Mud Bums. Bill had to drag him out on it when they came down a few weeks ago.
Really?
He wouldn't go on it. He would not step on that glass.
Is that right?
Bill Dance got him to go out there with him.
He's got to understand that they never made something like that if it wasn't safe.
Right, but he's terrified of heights. He is absolutely terrified.
I see. That's why he fishes instead of deer hunts out on one of them real tall deer stands. Oh man, they're some good boys. We're gonna have a lot of fun with them down there, and I'm glad that they're coming down and getting the TV stuff lined up, and gonna do a show on it. Like you say, it'll be 2 shows because you can't get that much information in on one. And they'll be so much fun. They'll be busy down there the whole week. So anybody gets a chance to you need to make sure you do it, and you'll enjoy it. Those are very conservation-minded, intelligent young men that do the things they do for the right reasons, and they will help you in any way they possibly can. They're great friends, and I'm a great fan of theirs just because they do it the right way.
All right. Great guys.
Yep, they really are. Well, George, anything else we need to discuss about?
No, just with Facebook, Mississippi River Monsters Facebook, and that's where you'll see all the updates of anything new that's happening with the tournament. Posted on there. If you have any questions about the tournament, you can message us through the page there. We try to answer those daily. And if you want to enter the tournament, you go to www.msrivermonsters.com. You can enter the tournament right there. You can pay right there online. And we update that boat list about every 2 weeks. The poster come out on the first place boat prize here in the next week or so. So So we'll have a little more detail on that so people can check that out. Everybody comes down this fall and fishes with us, and hopefully we can do another show before then when it gets closer and everybody's more excited about it.
Absolutely.
To get, wanted to put it out there and kind of pump it up here, throughout the year a little bit. And
Yep, I think that we get closer, we'll get more of that information out there and get as much of it, the information, and keep it available in front of the as many people as we can. I think it's a great idea, and this is a big event. It's huge. So, time down there. I don't know of anybody that didn't have a great time last year. It was just so much fun. I know Doc and I had a blast, and first year to come out with the numbers that you put up was, to me, it was simply amazing. And I know this year's going to be bigger and better, and like I say, we're really looking forward to it.
Hey, George,
Brad
Cox wants to know, is there going to be a bait dealer?
Tell me again.
Brad Cox wants to know if there's going to be a bait dealer at the MRM.
Yes, Carl Morse's big cat bait company. He's taking orders now for the tournament. He will be there set up, pre-order with him. You'll have your bait there ready, but a bait dealer that'll be there, and he'll be right there at the pyramid set up in the parking lot, filling the pre-orders and also selling bait.
Good deal. Good deal. Now he's going to have fresh bait, and he will have froze bait there. And last year, I think a lot of the fish was caught on froze bait, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, well, that's a bigger deal than people. Don't need to wait till the last minute on that bait deal, because you wouldn't believe how many bait that he's done booked up, and he can only, when he reaches a certain point, then he's done. He can only feel so much. And, fresh bait for that tournament, I'd be ordering it through Carl now. Fill that up really quick.
That's right. Yeah, he'll be slammed, and it's else when we was talking about earlier. There's only so much stuff that he can do and get lined up. So if you want bait from Carl, I'd be advising you to get it. I mean, you got to get it done, and you can't win that tournament if you ain't got no bait. You just can't do it.
Right. Well, people might think this is early, but I'm telling you,
it's damn bad. It's not that far away. Think about it. It's not. I'm telling you, George, and you know this, that this last few months, you just think things are crazy now. You wait till August, and you're really going to be stressed.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I didn't sleep for 2 weeks leading up to the event last year.
I know.
Ron Presley went out. And me went out on the boat about 3 days before the tournament, and he actually got a picture of me sitting there on my phone while I was fishing, and it was just nonstop. That phone in the river.
Yeah. Oh, I know. And you have to do it. You really do. But it's really difficult. And like I say, a lot of guys, they say, well, it is that big a deal, and it's a personal thing when you get in it to the point that you are. So, yeah, it's a major undertaking that most people will never understand, but it's a blast. And like I say, it's a good time down there. Good food, good friends, good fishing, at a wonderful place, and a lot of us just can't wait. I'm really excited, and I know that you are, and of course, you'll probably be needing a vacation for a week or two after it's over. But in the meantime, we're going to struggle on this thing and make it happen, and whatever we need to do from Catfish Weekly's perspective, if you let us know, George, we will help you any way we possibly can.
I appreciate that, guys. And yeah, I'm excited about it. Can't wait for it to get here. But yeah, I tell you, that day after is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Make sure you grab them grandkids up and lay down for an afternoon nap, don't it?
Yeah, well, last year I was supposed to go to after tournament party, over at the Clarion together with all the guys. And when we wrote that last check and I walked off that stage, I went to my room and I crashed and I didn't wake up to the next day. I didn't make the get together.
Well, I think the rest of us are there, weren't we, Doc?
Yeah, we were all tired.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's a long day. We started early, stayed late. I had to rush off the next day real early, and but it is what it is, and we'll go again. Just like always, and the next year after that and the year after that, as long as we're able to go, we're going to make them kind of events because they're so much fun, and that's why everybody goes. So you guys that are not entered, you need to get on there and get registered. There's 18 spots left to win a chance to go out on a fishing trip with Bill Dance. If you're going to this tournament, get your entry paid and get involved with this. I promise you that'll be a blast. Won't matter if you catch fish or not. If you get to spend a day in a boat or a few hours in a boat with Bill Dance, it'll be worth sending your money into, and somebody is going to win that. So get after it and make it happen. They need to get these numbers in, get them entries up. All these big tournaments rely on them numbers, so you need to get them in there. But make sure you get entered so you can get in and take a chance on winning a spot in the boat with Bill Dance. That'd be a really cool deal. Now, George, Bill is going to fish this tournament again this year. Is that correct?
Yeah, he will be fishing. He won't tell me who he's fishing with yet, but he will be fishing in the tournament.
Well, now last year he fished with Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
John Warden.
John Warden and Jeff Dodd. I felt kind of jealous of him about that. I think Jeff Dodd would be a hoot to be in a boat with. John Warden is a super nice guy. I've known him for years and years. And you get all three of them in a boat, that's going to be a blast, man.
Yeah. Bill caught two big fish that week of the tournament. One of those fish is actually in the pyramid.
Right.
There's in the aquarium. He caught a 65 and a 70-pound fish. I told him, I said, well, you used up all your luck for the tournament day.
Bill Parfit, a friend of mine.
There were several big fish. I know of an 85.
Yep.
More in the 70s that were caught that week of the tournament. And that's fine to do that. The guys have fun. You don't always have to catch them on tournament day for it to be fun. Just catching one like that.
I think the 85 was caught by Bill Parfit, a good friend of mine from Springfield, Illinois. Really excited for him about that. I know he was wound up about it. I'm pretty sure that was the biggest cat that he'd ever caught. I know he's caught some good ones down the St. Louis area, but I think that was probably the biggest one that he caught. I know, and I think it's in the pyramid tank also.
Yeah, and I tell you that when you catch a big fish out on the river during that week, that it spreads like, my phone's ringing, people's running up and down the river. So-and-so's got a big one. Everybody's wanting to go see it. The news media, the riders, they're trying to find the boat and trying to, it's crazy how quick the word is spread up and down that river that somebody's just landed a big fish, and they're trying to see where they caught it and all that.
Well, George, with all this live streaming and all the phones that everybody's got, and they go on this Facebook Live and stuff, that's only going to get bigger. There'll be a lot more of it. But, Doc, I'm thinking if we do anything like that pre-fishing, ain't nobody going to know about being you.
Yeah, that's right. We keep our mouths shut.
That's right. That's right.
I thought I'd send a camera boat with y'all every day.
No. In fact, I'm not even sure we got cameras out. I know we have them, but I don't think we got them out.
No, we didn't get them out.
And probably won't this year.
Surprise. The mud bums told me that they would be get in the boat with.
Oh, they can get in the boat with us if they want to. I don't care.
But don't be surprised in the tournament if they don't pull up. Just hey, you care if we film you for a little while? And when they do that, that means you're fixing to be on national TV. So
I wouldn't care if they done that during the tournament. If they do, though, I would rather them do it during the tournament than pre-fishing. Wouldn't you, Doc?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that pre-fishing is something else altogether.
They will have their camera crews on the river the day of the tournament.
Now, you know which one besides Willie is fishing the tournament?
I don't.
Okay.
I know Willie, but I don't know his partner.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, but it doesn't matter. They'll probably bring 2 or 3 boats, won't they?
Several boats there.
Yeah.
Several boats. They're going to have a big, huge, nice setup at the pyramid also.
Yeah. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I think everybody's looking forward to it, and we're going to have a really, really good time down there, and can't wait. Can't wait. Well, George, thank you for spending an hour or better with us on Catfish Weekly. Actually, it's been quite a bit more than that because you and I was on for some time before that, making sure we got everything lined out. But you got to be on here. You didn't get called into work, and when something arises that you need to tell people about, give me a shout. We'll get you back on here. Whatever we got to do to help you out, that's what we want to do and make this as big and as good as we possibly can get done.
Well, I appreciate that, Lyle and Doc. I appreciate y'all having me on. You know, guys like you doing these shows, this is all a part of making our industry grow. And, you know, the more we can do this kind of stuff, the more people we can get involved in, you know, catfishing, the trophy catfishing side of things like we like to do. And I just think it's a great thing. Well,
you know, if we can get these tournaments running in the right direction and keep everybody's eye on the end result and get some more regulations put into effect through some of these states that don't have what they need, then the possibilities are absolutely endless.
Right. Yeah. Stuff like this right here is how we do it. We grow it. It's a slow grow, but it will grow. And you know, the more stuff we can get out there on catfishing, the more shows you can do, the more tournaments we can have, the more we can get in the eye of the people that matter.
Yep.
You know, the catfishing industry is going to go a long way.
I think you're right. Thanks again, George. Appreciate you being on the show with us, and stay in touch. Like I say, if there's anything I can do to help you or Doc, just give one of us a shout. We'll make it happen.
Thanks a lot, George.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Doc, it's going to be a big event down there. I can't wait to get there. I know that you're excited about it. I'm excited about it. I can't think of anybody that's not excited about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And anybody that's of any magnitude in the catfishing industry will be there. I want to mention that our Catfish Weekly site and chat is back up. We've had some people in it this week. We had a couple of people in it last week. So if you don't like doing the YouTube thing, you can go back to that. I try to have it up every week. And if it gets to the point where we don't have any viewers in there, if everybody's watching it on YouTube, then we'll see how that goes. But right now they're doing fine. Didn't have any questions on there tonight, Doc, so I really like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to announce that the ICA is having a flathead bash at Duff's Landing, Jefferson, Indiana, May 20th. So that ought to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I got the King Cat Gallipolis, Ohio results this past weekend. First place, Rodney Harrison, Kim Bailey, 97.88 pounds.
Nice.
Second place, Chris Rhodes, Chris Hatfield, 74.14 pounds, and they also had big fish of the tournament, which was a 53.22 pound flathead. There was also a fish that was brought in that was 50-pound blue along with that. So
Nice.
third place, Chad Orr, Jeff Rolls 2, 68.04 pounds, and fourth, Willie Smith and Nick Anderson, 61.74 pounds. River was up and ripping. I think the canal rose, I heard somebody say 2 to 3 feet overnight. So
That's
tough conditions, real tough conditions.
for that area. That's quite a bit, isn't it, Doc?
Yeah.
I have the Mississippi Catfish Trail first annual Kenny Bowling Memorial Catfish Tournament results, and these guys, this is the top 5. These are the people that are now qualified for the Catfish Weekly National Championship. First place, Michael Haney and Rodney Krim. Second place, Shannon Lewis and Tanner Prestige. Third place, Doug Jolly and Jeff Hanold. Fourth place, Darren Mudge. Fifth place, Bobby Joe Wooten and Mike Seller. So all you guys are now qualified for the Catfish Weekly National Championship. We'll be looking forward to you at Lake of the Ozarks in May of 2018. I know that they got another tournament coming up down there. Have you got any other announcements, Doc?
No, sir.
Okay, let me pull up a couple of things here. Tim Berger sent me the American Catfish Trail's next tournament is June 10th in Kansas City at Call Point. It's a night event. It is a qualifying event for the Catfish Weekly National Championship. Pre-register is available via PayPal, via double A Catfish at Outlook.com. $70 minimum to reserve your positions. So get involved with that. Those guys would be happy to have you over there. They're doing really good things for a new startup deal. They're just making it happen, and it's going really good. Mississippi Catfish Trail 2017. Teams competing in Angler of the Year. First place is Michael Haney, Rodney Krim. Second place, Doug Jolly and Jeff Honnell. 1 point separates them, 199 and 198. That's pretty tight. Teams competing for the top 5 for their year in for the Catfish Weekly National Championship. David Magnus with 192, John Howard with 192, Joey Pounders with 190, Randy Price with 189, Chris Hillhouse and Jeremy Hillhouse 187, Jerry Pounders 184, 183 to Shannon Whalen and Ann Philly. 181 to Adam Eubanks and Darren Reed. 179, Stacy Faulkner and Chad Shelton. 173, David Woods, and 100 to Robert Dickerson. So that's their standings for the top 5 in the point standing for their year-end deal. So let's see. I got a message from Jason Geary earlier. Says your head looked like it's floating. I'm going to try something and see if this works. Our buddy Luke Hinges is out in his boat fishing. I don't know if we can get him live from the boat on the Minnesota River or not, but we're going to see if we can make it happen here. I just don't know. That'd be kind of neat, wouldn't it, Doc?
Yeah. I don't know if you can transfer it or not.
I don't know what he's got going, but he asked me if we wanted to try that, and I said sure. So I thought we'd give it a shot and see if it's happening. In the meantime, what do you think about giving away a survivor unit?
Oh, excellent. Yes, let's do that.
You want to do that?
Yep.
We have Crusher Marine has donated a survivor unit to give away tonight on the show. What you need to do Hang on just a second. Let me send this to him. He's going to try to join in just like George did. Anybody that wants to win a survivor unit, you send your name in a message to Catfish Weekly. We will take all the entries and randomize them on, what's the name of that?
Random.org.
Random.org, and we'll give it away next week before we start this. And again, guys, if you want in on the prize wheel, if you have a product that you'd like to donate to be on the board or wheel, we're going to spin it once a week, pull somebody's name out, and whatever it lands on, that's the prize they're going to get. It's not quite like Wheel of Fortune, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close, and we're going to have a lot of fun with this. So be looking forward to.
How many open spots you got there?
I think there's 14 left. Of course, now Rig Wrap took 4 of them, but now if we get enough people, we could. I'm sure they would be okay with not having 4 because that just means more product. You know, they want everybody to have a chance at this. So hopefully we can get a bunch on there. I haven't talked with a couple of people, and everybody that I talked to wanted involved with it, but
yeah.
But we're gonna try to make that happen, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. Like I say, Robert wanted right in. Whisker Sticks is already on with their Rig Wraps is already on there, and I'm going to talk to George about some of his hooks and swivels and different things, and we put some prices together with maybe some of that, and I got a really nice package the other day, Doc. Some stuff for us to test out from Hooker's Terminal Tackle, and you and I got some stuff from Captain Scott Manning that we're working on, and pretty cool stuff. I don't know if you got a chance to use it over the weekend or not. I got a chance to use some last week up on the lake, and we're going to do some more testing with that. Pretty nice stuff. Maybe we can get some of them guys to be involved with our wheel but these Hooker's Terminal Tackle stuff, pretty nice stuff, and we're going to be doing some testing. Maybe we can get them guys to donate some stuff to put on our wheel giveaway, and we'll try to give stuff away every week. But you guys that don't realize what the Whisker Sticks are, it's the little lights that Doc run for 500 and some hours at his house. Amazing piece of technology, and we'll be giving some of those away on the wheel deal and with other stuff. You know, Tim sent me a whole bunch of them, and it's just been really good. Of course, Rig Wraps, man, I'm telling you, I'm really impressed with this product. It just beats the crap out of them little bags that I used for years and all that other stuff, and worked out really well, and I'm really excited about them. I think you finally got some that I sent you, and I talked to Glenn the other day. He's going to send us some more stuff, some more giveaways with that, and Brad Cox, if you're still on the show, did you get any entries for the giveaway for your prizes from your stuff? I haven't seen anything come through on mine.
He was on there. I saw him on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Rob Clodfelder says he's going to get in for a spot or 2. So next week we will have Whisker Wear Apparel. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that very much. Rob has been with us for a long time, and he's been really good to us. And I hadn't contacted him yet because this thing just took off, but we'll get him a spot on our Wheel of Fortune here, and man, shirts, hoodies, hats, he's got it all. Good quality stuff. Sponsor of the Catfish Weekly Show. So we'll put that on there. We'll get some hooks and stuff. I've got some McCoy fishing line. I've got to get a thing made up. It's kind of tough, I'll tell you, Doc, to get them things. You cut these out so where you can put them on them spots. Okay, Luke says he's got nothing in Google Chat, so
okay.
That's not going to work out. But how about a tip for the night?
All right, Doc's tip for tonight: transom saver bumpers. Um, those are the rubber pieces that are on your transom savers that you put on your motor. Those have a tendency of wearing out. They are on there. They rivet them on there, and then you're traveling down the road, and all of a sudden you lose one, and then you're banging that aluminum piece against your motor. And what I came up with is I went to my local Ace hardware store and got these rubber grippers. And there they are right there. All you got to do is put a 1024 or 1032 bolt through the gripper. It's got a metal backing on it, and bolt it right to your transom saver, and buddy, you are back in business. So these things seem to wear pretty good so far. I've had pretty good luck with them. All right, smack that fly, Lyle. He's really sitting there bugging you.
Tell you what, if I ever
Luke
get a
just
beat on
jumped in
him.
there.
Hey, Luke!
That's Doc's tip for the night. So
That's a great tip, Doc, and I know I've got one on one of the transom savers on my boat right now that's missing. So I'm glad that you showed that, so I can get that taken care of.
Hey, Luke, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, Doc?
Hey.
Are you on the Minnesota River, Luke?
I sure am. It's beautiful out here.
Who you got with you tonight?
I got my buddy Clint here.
That was
Clint.
last night.
Same guy. He drove. Told him I had an open seat. He drove an hour to come sit in the boat tonight. So
that's
cool.
Cool beans. You know,
I just wanted to comment that Doc's camera's looking extra crispy. It's real nice tonight. Looks good, Doc.
Thank you.
If you keep cooking on that boat, I'm going to start gaining weight, man. You've cooked every night on that boat for what, 3 or 4 nights?
Oh yeah, I'll fish 6 to 7 days a week till spawn starts.
How far are you out from spawn now, Luke?
Water's 66.5, so it won't probably less than a month.
Right.
Yeah.
I was out last week. It was 68 at the lake, so I'm thinking it's not going to be too long here.
It was 66 in Tennessee.
Yeah.
We just got a whole bunch of rain, so that river's going to come back up here in the next couple of days, unfortunately.
You don't like fishing high water?
High water's okay, but I just prefer to fish that wood when it's spawned, but it's too fast in the front of it if it gets too high,
Right. Yeah.
But it's beautiful outside.
Yeah. What's the kind of temperature? Now, last night you guys all bundled up. You had a lady with you yesterday morning, or yesterday, or no, Saturday. And yeah, she was in shorts and a short sleeve shirt. But when you guys come on there at night, now she had her sweatshirt on and long pants, and
it
looked like she was a little cool.
It gets a little chilly at night here. It's about 70 right now. It's pretty nice.
Oh,
it'll get in the 50s here. Hopefully we get a few fish like last night.
Yeah, how many did you catch last night?
We got 3 flats, nothing over 12 pounds, but it was still fun.
Oh, heck yeah. Be sitting around watching TV, don't it?
What's that?
Be sitting around watching TV.
That's 100% accurate there.
Well, it's kind of cool having you on the show live.
Yeah, this is like my live stream anonymous counselor said I could be on Catfish Weekly tonight, so
there you go.
That's good.
I wasn't sure we could do it. I never tried it. The only other person that really done something like this, there's been guys do it on the phone. Brett Riddle done one time from his boat in his garage.
Yep.
But that's not the same as what you're doing.
Yeah, this internet's 80 megabytes on the 4G, so it's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's actually a really good image. Don't you
good picture, yeah.
Does it bring out my features?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see the face.
What's that?
Lay them eyes on us, man. How many guys did you have live streaming last night? And it was fairly late in the evening.
I had in an hour I had 1,200 people watch that stream.
Wow.
It was a good stream. There was like 50, 60 people in there most of the time, so it was pretty good.
I watched a little of it. Then I had to get some stuff done. I was trying to put finish on rods, and I just turned up the volume and turned the TV off so I could listen to you. Didn't give a damn what was on that TV. You guys was having a blast, and it's very entertaining to listen to you all when you're doing that. It's a lot of fun, and I know a lot of guys pay attention to what you're doing up there because a lot of us don't get to go out quite as much as you do. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I fish probably a little too much once in a while, but that's what happens.
Is there such?
That's what happens when you're single. You can do that. So
Yeah.
you can fish.
Yeah, I guess that's right. Yes, that's right.
Hopefully, I'll get some live
Well,
stream. Hopefully, I'll get on live tonight and hopefully get a few fish on live stream.
Man, I hope you do too. You're the spot you was at first last night or the second spot?
This is right now. I'm sitting at a new spot. I can kind of show you what I'm sitting at here. You can see that little wood there.
Mm-hmm.
We're just kind of sitting on the edge of that hole, and I got a bait punched on the inside, and we're gonna move back up to the creek here in about 10-15 minutes.
Okay. Doc, the other day Luke was on, and I know you was fishing and probably didn't get to see it, but he was sitting there fishing. Him and his friends, they was all on the boat and just having a big time. The guy pulled up on the bank and a side by side was visiting with them while they was live streaming.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. I'd never seen anyone out there in my life. It's a surprise.
Yeah, quite the deal. Quite the deal. Well, Luke, we're going to get ready to get out of here. Thank you for joining us on the show and showing us the Minnesota River up there. A lot of people didn't know there was a Minnesota River.
Yep. It's kind of a hidden little secret we got here. It's great flathead fishery. There's a lot of good fish in this river. There was just right before I came out, my buddy Jake, about 12 miles downriver, got a 49 by 33.5 flat.
Wow.
Big
Nice
Well,
fish.
It's not a secret anymore.
Well, nobody wants to come up here anyways, so.
Yeah. I hope you guys have a great night and catch a bunch of fish.
I appreciate you having me on. I'll be looking forward to seeing you in my live stream.
Absolutely.
All
You know,
right.
I'll miss it if I can.
We got a new episode coming out Thursday, by the way.
Is that what you said last week?
Yeah, well, something happened.
I didn't,
So
looking
this
forward.
Thursday, it'll be out at noon.
I'll be watching for it, man.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on. I think we're going to pull up and head to the stream.
All right.
buddy.
Take
Good
care,
night.
Luke. Have a good
See you,
time.
Doc. See you, Lyle.
See you, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Man, he's a hoot, ain't he, Doc?
Yeah. We always have a good time.
Oh, man, and he's had these live streams going last 3 or 4 days, and they're habit forming. He's so funny. And he has some good people in the boat with him, so it's just been a lot of fun. I think that we're pretty close on everything that we need to go over tonight, Doc. I really do.
I think we got everything covered.
Unless something changes, Lori Dorschner and Heather, I can't read my own writing, Halverson is going to be on. It's the lady team from up north. There was at Mississippi River Monsters last year, mother-daughter team. The first all-woman team that I ever seen involved in catfishing. So we're looking forward to having them on the show. I talked to Lori down at the Catfish Conference. She's a very nice lady. They're wound up about getting back down here to Mississippi, or on the Mississippi down at the Memphis, and we ought to have a great show visiting with them ladies. And remember, if you want to win a Survivor unit, go to Catfish Weekly, send us a message on there, and we'll get you in on the drawing and give that away next week. Thanks for watching Catfish Weekly. See you next week.